Hello guys, hello to everybody who will be watching my video. By the way, thank you for watching. It's great that I have so much support on my page and on my personal blog. So today we have such kind of topic as Mesolith in Ukraine. When I was at school and even at university, it was like small part of archaeology. It wasn't so big, and I thought that I will doing Mesolith, Neolith and Neolith together. But it was I became read more and more about this period, and I found it's really exciting because this is very this period of our history is have till now have many secrets. By the way, this is history of Ukraine. It was written by professor from my university, Leonid Zalizniak. He doing archaeology for all his life, and one of his topic of his interest is Paleolith, Mesolith, and the oldest part of Ukraine. So it's really nice to reach us. This is in Ukrainian. So I try to describe you this period, how I understand this, how I I feel this. In the previous video I told you about Paleolith. This is the old stone age. In that time there was ice sheet around Ukraine, around the most part of the Europe had this ice, just ice and nothing. Ice with grass, and there were mammoths who eat this grass. There were Neanderthals, the huge strong people who attacked mammoths and eat them, and there were also Homo sapiens, Cro-Magnons. It's more like clever human as some archaeologists think, but Neanderthals were also clever, as we see, as they have also art. But about 10,000 years BC everything changed, because the big ice sheet on the North Pole became melted, and slowly all this ice around Europe became melted. What actually happened? In that period, Baltic Sea, it wasn't Baltic Sea, it was Baltic ice lake. It was just normal water lake, and everything was under the ice. But the North Sea became got more warm water, and this water flooded inside of this Baltic lake, and its case it's melting. So the huge stream of the water came to the north of Germany, Poland, and Russia and Ukraine. Its case the big cataclysm. The level of the water in that time became higher, and in many places around the around our Earth, there were many floods. And the question is about a flood myth, a great flood. As you know, in Bible there is a story about the period when our land flooded with water, the great stream of water, and many people died there, except of Noah, who had sheep and got many people there. So now archaeologists try to excavate this problem, where exactly this flood was. Some archaeologists, Ukrainian archaeologists, thought that it was like Ukrainian. That's the water from the Mediterranean Sea go inside of the Black Sea through the channel, through the Bosphorus and Dardanelles, and the big part of the area near the Black Sea become flooded. And true that's the big area that's now is inside of the Black Sea. It was land. It was just land near the sea. But after it was flooded, archaeologists in Ukraine, we have not only land archaeology but also like sea archaeologists or river archaeology, when archaeologists found the item from the water, it's very excited. I think I never took part in this, so they found many artifacts. But many scientists believe that probably this myth, Bible myth, it's connected with Persian Gulf, Persidskaya Zatoka, Persian Gulf, because the level of water in Indian Ocean became higher, and it's flooded inside of the Persian Gulf and flood cover all this area around, like there are countries like Oman, Saudi Arabians, and some countries around, so probably there lived Jewish people, and probably this part of the Bible about this. But nevertheless, in many myths of different people over the world, there are some legend about the big flood, even in Indians. So what in that time was in Ukraine? In the north of Ukraine, as you know, there is Chernobyl. Have you been, probably many of you been to Chernobyl or have heard about this? And Chernobyl city stayed beside the big river Pripyat. In the Mesolithic time, archaeologists believe there was the big lake. It was covered with ice in the ice period. And it's melted 10,000 years ago, and it's got the big catastrophe because the water flooded to Dnieper River, to the another rivers of the of Ukraine, and even it changed the location of some river. For example, Dnieper River in the old time was running about 10-15 kilometers western from the place where it is now. So if somebody join our hiking, we provide sometimes hiking, so we have hiking along the old Dnieper, the old Dnieper stream. There is like the big area, and there are many like villages, model villages, but in the old time probably it was flooded, it was Dnieper River, it was just under the water, and now this river changed. Archaeologists, by the way, make excavation there. When I studied at university, it happened about 10 years ago, I had excavation there with other professor, and we dug Mesolith there. These people who live 10,000 years ago. So what happened with mammoths in that time? Mammoth was the big animals that have the big fur, and it needs cold weather. Mammoth couldn't live in the warm weather. because their fur become wet and it's difficult to move for them. In the same time, they eat only grass. After ice sheet go from this area, here became trees. Mammoth didn't eat trees. So many of them or died or went to the north. Of course, some people followed them. As I understand, there were two types of the people. Some of them followed the mammoths, followed the reindeers, and went to the north. It's area of the modern North Russia, Altai, Siberia, there was, and they became hunting there. And probably their ancestors are people who live now in Chukotka, like Chukchi, I think. But there were people who could adapt to this changing, could understand what happened and try to adapt their life to these changes. These people who settled in Mesolithic area in Ukraine were the massive, tall European. They came here from the north of Europe, from Poland, from North German, and the same culture archaeologists found also in the area of Poland and Germany. So they settled also in Ukraine, and they hunted for not for the big herd of animals like mammoth and reindeer, but they were looking for the small groups like deers, pigs, birds. They also, the part of their economy were also gathering. They gathered berries, different fruits, and the main difference from the Paleolithic people, they had bow and arrow. They can shoot bow and arrow. And now archaeologists found the arrowhead from the Mesolithic time. Mesolithic. It looks like this, as you see. So this is the arrowhead that were found in Ukraine from that time. And in the same time, all the what happened in Ukraine, all the area, because of this water, all the area changed a lot. In that time, it was like birth of the main Ukrainian river, like it was like established, like base of the river, of the mountains, hills, and this area became like this till now. So this like was modern period of Ukraine that is till now difficult to explain in English. And we got the black soil also there, because all this water from the north, it take to us also small stones, sand, clay, different kind of the different things, yeah, and they lay on the big area of Ukraine, and at least they form the ground that we have till now. In Ukraine we have now very good black soil, black land, and this is very good for agricultural. That is why Ukraine, the main products for Ukrainian are agricultural, like wheats, beets, and so on. And at the end of Mesolithic era, about 7th 6,000 years ago. Some migrants from the Balkans came to us, and these people were totally different. They already made agricultural. If local people just were hunting, were gathering, these people already wanted to adopt their life to this changing. They understand that they cannot only hunting, they cannot only eat and kill animals, but they can plant something in the land and take something from this land. So from 6,000 years BC, there have start the big agricultural ages. And it was also exciting period of our history, and I hope to tell you about this next time. So thank you for see this video, and enjoy your time, enjoy your life, and by the way, have a good weekend. See you.